Hi guys, I'm going to recap a 2012 Korean crime thriller movie, called The Taste of Money. This movie tells the story of a kind man who works as a secretary to the wealthiest man in South Korea. As he finds out more and more secrets about the family's illegal affair, he is tempted into the world of the rich. After getting a taste of money, will he still be the same man as he once was? Inside a huge safe, Yoon is instructing his secretary, Jack, to pack a suitcase full of money. Yoon is the CEO of a big family-owned company in Korea, where Jack has worked for 10 years. Like a faithful servant, Jack follows his boss's instructions. Yoon tells him to pocket some money for himself too outside of the suitcase. There is a lot of money inside the safe, nobody will notice. Jack grabs a handful of cash to sniff it. However, he does not take them for himself. Even after working so long with Yoon, Jack is still in touch with his morals. After packing the money, both of them drive to meet a government official. It turns out the money in the suitcase is used for bribing the politician. Yoon's son, the heir to the company named Chul, has been under a lot of fire recently. If things do not get resolved, this scandal might cause harm to his reputation as the next CEO. That night, the rich family have a dinner with their overseas business partner, Robert. He warns the family to be more careful because the public opinion should be crafted carefully. After all, they are one of the biggest and most powerful conglomerates in the country. People, including the government, will be out to get them. After the dinner, Yoon tasks Jack to put cameras around Robert's house. Although he is a trusted partner, he is also too smart for his own good. They need to keep an eye on him to be safe. Jack creeps silently around the house while the host is throwing a party. Robert is having a lot of strippers and escorts over at his house. Jack sneakily puts a camera inside his bedroom and controls it from his gadget. When he is done, he informs his boss and they return to the house together. Upon arriving, Jack informs Yoon's wife, Jae-muk, that he has returned with her husband. Jae-muk is a very uptight woman who truly is the one that is in control of everything inside the house. All the riches of this family comes from Jae-muk, not Yoon. She requests Jack to let her husband know that if he has any time, he should join them in the theater room. Jack bows and heads to the CEO's office. He knocks once, twice, but there is no answer. He knows his boss is inside since he saw him come in earlier. With some hesitation, he opens the unlocked door. What he sees inside surprises him. Yoon is there, having an affair with their housemaid, Eva, in his office. From his position, he accidentally catches Eva's eyes. She quickly covers up her upper body in surprise. Jack quickly leaves the room. It turns out, Yoon is not the only one putting cameras inside someone's house. His wife has been doing the same thing, but to her own husband. In her own control room, Jae-muk is watching her husband on the screen. She has been spying on him for a while. There, he is in the living room, drinking wine with the housemaid. Things begin to heat up and they kiss each other. Jae-muk is enraged with this revelation. Over the years, she has known that her husband would drink and party a lot. She even finds out he has been sleeping around with a lot of girls. But she never expected him to do it under her own house, with their own maid nonetheless. During breakfast, she corners Eva and starts choking her. Before Eva can pass out from the lack of air, Jae-muk stops. Afterward, the family dinner becomes an awkward affair. The CEO accuses Jack of spilling their affair to his wife. He does not know that her wife finds out through the CCTV that she secretly planted. His daughter, Nami, comforts Jack. She is surprised that he knows about the affair beforehand, but he is not the type to spill anything. Furthermore, she knows that he intends to protect Eva. If Jae-muk finds out, Eva would probably be deported back to her country. Back at the house, Jae-muk is conflicted. She could have ended things peacefully by secretly firing her. But she wants revenge and explanation from her own husband. She calls Jack to meet her in her room. She admits to him that she feels lonely, and like her husband, she also has needs. She forces Jack to sleep with her in retaliation. Jack has no choice but to comply since he does not want to get fired. After they are done, Jae-muk emphasizes that it's only a one-time thing. He doesn't have to feel guilty for anything. Before leaving, Jae-muk gives him one more task. She takes him to her secret surveillance room where she found out about her cheating husband. It is now his job to watch everything that happens around the house, and report it back to her. With her needs satisfied, she now demands answers from her husband in front of their 2 children. He finally confesses that he loves Eva wholeheartedly. He wants to step away from his position as company president and as a husband for Eva. He is tired of their scheming family and just wants to love peacefully. He asks Jae-muk and his children to let him go. Jae-muk calls him weak-hearted, but reveals there is nothing she can do. If he no longer wants his position, they should let him leave. Chul questions her mother if it is the right decision. Many things are directly handled by him. With him gone, there is nobody to take care of those illegal affairs. Jiamuk looks at the CCTV and tells everyone Youngjak will take care of them all. He is an obedient man that would follow all of their orders without questions. Youngjak realizes that he has been played, but he knows he can't refuse the offer. Inside him is an ambition to also become rich, like the family. This is his opportunity to climb the ladder to the top. The next day, the president is leaving the house. He confesses to Youngjak and Nami that he only married Jiamuk for money. He never loves her, but he cannot leave because he is addicted to her money. Before leaving, he advises his daughter to go back to the company and stakes her ground there. At the airport, he just finds out that he has been banned from flying abroad. Now he cannot go with Eva and her children to the Philippines. He tells her to go on without him, and he will catch up with them later. But she refuses to leave without him. She gives her children their passports so they can fly on their own. She will stay with him until the matter is resolved. Back at the house, the family finds out Eva is pregnant. Jiamuk refuses to believe this since she forces her husband for a vasectomy before. This is her safekeeping after knowing her husband would sleep around. She was not going to take any risks of any bastard child. However, Youngjak speaks to the nurses himself to confirm her pregnancy. He also delivers another piece of bad news and reveals that he lost track of the couple. They last checked into a hotel after abandoning their flights, but now they are gone. Meanwhile, Yoon himself is entering his safe that he visited with Youngjak before. He is going to take the money for him and Eva, but the safe is empty. He laughs to himself. It appears the family has moved quicker than him. Before he came, Youngjak visited the safe to clean all the money there. Unlike before, he even pocketed some money for himself. Youngjak has now changed and become driven with money, like the rest of the family. The rest of the money he took is given to Robert and Chul. It would take some time for all of them to be laundered in Geneva. Chul will have to come himself to sign with the Swiss bank. On their way back, they meet Yoon in front of the house. He stops their car to demand them to lift his travel ban. Jiamuk invites him inside the house with Eva so they can talk things over. The guy laughs and refuses. There is no reason to bring Eva in to meet with them again. His retaliation comes not long after. At the company, the prosecutor suddenly comes in with an arrest warrant for Chul. They have just stormed into their house and office to find new evidence. The police look at Jiamuk and warn her that her time will come when they find more evidence. Jiamuk knows this is all Yoon's doing. This is his way of paying her back for not lifting his travel ban. Youngjak tries advising her to lift the travel ban. That way, he will stop feeding information to the prosecutor. Jiamuk tells him that will never happen. Although she has let him go, she will never let him go peacefully. At a Catholic church, Eva is attending a mass to pray. Youngjak is waiting outside with some hired men. The men kidnap Eva in the street and bring her over to Jiamuk. Youngjak is confused by the ordeal. He thinks they were just going to capture the former president. His goon tells him that he is just doing what he is paid to do, implying this is all Jiamuk's instruction. In the morning, the family is shaken by news that there is a dead body in their swimming pool. The dead body is Eva. Yoon comes running to get closer to her floating body. He is distressed and couldn't believe that his love is dead. Jumping after him, Youngjak tries to get closer to Eva as well. But Jiamuk screams at him not to. They shouldn't touch the body before the police arrive. Jiamuk takes her former husband to rest while he is still in shock. She lets him know that their son is still in jail because of him and leaves. Nami approaches her mother in disbelief. She cannot believe that she could get rid of somebody that ruthlessly. She loses all respect for her own mother, but she does not have any proof to back her claim. Her mother will just deny everything. Outside, Youngjak is captured by a group of unknown men. They torture him for a while, but lets him go without any explanation. He thinks it's Jiamuk threatening him to keep quiet. When he comes home, Nami is waiting outside his room. They talk about how the family is being unfair to these people. None of them deserve to die just like that. Youngjak vows to do something with this rich family. The former president is now entirely under his wife's control again. With his help, they might finally get Chul out of prison. But Jiamuk completely loses her trust in her son. She instructs Robert to go ahead with their money laundering plan without Chul. Robert follows her plan and visits Chul in prison. He tells him that they will not go ahead to Geneva because it is too risky. Their conversation is interrupted when Youngjak is informed that her husband just tried to kill himself. He tries to cut his wrist but it does not kill him. He tells everyone now that Eva is gone, he has no purpose to live again. They quickly bail Chul out of prison with his father's help. On their drive back, Young Jack admits to Nami that he slept with her mother once. He is ashamed of what he did and leaves. In his guilt, he leaves all his hidden cash in Eva's casket. After what happens with her, he no longer wants to be rich with money. A few days later, Yoon passed away after being in intensive care. When the funeral is over, Jiamuk hands Young Jack some money. She wants him to take a month off for vacation. When he returns, a good position will be ready for him at the company. It's his reward for helping the family this whole time. Surprisingly, Young Jack turns down her offer. He refuses to do any more illegal work for this corrupt family. He is fed up by how the family keeps throwing money away to solve their problems. Jiamuk reveals that he knows Young Jack is now dating her daughter to threaten him. But Nami refuses to be stepped down by her mother. She eggs her on by saying they both slept with Young Jack. If anything, it's their relationship that's hanging by a thread. Nami tells Jiamuk that she is the most corrupted of them all. She never loves any of her children, but she only loves herself and her money. Nami is no longer afraid of her mother. After Nami leaves, Jiamuk is angry with her daughter and takes it out on her dead husband's corpse. She shakes his dead body around, asking him to give her life back. It feels like she truly has lost herself in this family drama. Outside, Nami reunites with Young Jack. He tells her that she is a good person, probably the only one in her family. Before leaving, Nami hugs him tightly. The next morning, Young Jack gets on his flight. Unknown to him, Nami follows him along to the same flight. She seduces him and they both fool around in the plane's bathroom. It turns out, Young Jack is flying to the Philippines to meet Eva's children. He brings the casket, with Eva and his money inside. At Eva's daughter's request, he opens the casket to let her daughter see her. Although things do not end well for them, Young Jack wants them to meet their mother for the last time. In the end, both Nami and Young Jack do not choose money. Even after getting a taste of money, he chooses to do the right thing. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like and comment to help the channel out. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.